New airplane build. A Sabre F-86, as the box says. It's a MiG killer. Well, that setting, the servo's got to get glued in, right? And I got to get a servo horn for here. I haven't quite decided what to use, but I'll see what I can find laying around. Remember, nothing came in the kit for nothing came in for me to use for the elevator or the rudder. So I'll have to find my own part for it. It should be. Put it here. Yep. I'll find something. We'll find something to use. Okay, so here we go. 3 screws. Found myself a servo horn. I don't know if I'm overly happy with it, but I'll use it. Need to trim this up a bit. But yes, it's a really strong servo horn. Using rudder throw. Have to use a different one day, I will. But I'm going to have to put this on the center here. Now, I want to make sure that this is like threaded halfway on, okay? So that we can adjust both ways. Then I'm going to attach it to the servo with a Z-bend. Okay? So I get this in a good way so I can move it either way after. If I make a mistake with the Z-bend, I can change it after, okay? It's just about coming out. Now, I go a straight line from the servo. Man, that's a big servo, you know. I'm going to find a different servo. I mean, not a servo, but a different control horn. Yeah, no, I'm going to find something smaller for this. Okay, here I'm back. This one here, I only need 2 screws for the back plate. But it's much smaller, but I think it's more the size I need. I'm still going to use the same size rod though, I believe. Because, let's see. This still fits in here. And I know the wire, this still fits in here. So, we'll make this a straight line from the servo. It's going to come up out of there, and the tail right about there. Just a bit. There. Should work just fine. Hope I have one more. I can go and make it a little more turn. Okay, so we know with that going there. I'm going to take one of these screws now. Actually, no, I'm going to mark it. And yeah, push that drill right through. The other side. Oops. Make sure your thing stays in place. That right to there. I can feel the drill come out the other side. Screws are way too long. That's okay. I got this here. These holes are just a hair. small for the screw I used. But there's self-thread here. Just give it a little bit of a help. Okay, so here, right in there. Okay, fine. That'd be easier, eh? Okay, so I'll keep screwing this in. I mean, you can glue these parts on, but this type of hinge, and I got 2 screws going through the styrofoam, and they're holding on to that. I don't think I need to worry at all about gluing this rudder control surface. It's just foam. I guess if you were working, had some epoxy going, it had a little bit to spare, it wouldn't hurt to go around these, but I don't believe it's a necessity at all. When I get these two, I mean, I don't have to make these very tight, and this is going to be a really secure part, let me tell you. I think the styrofoam is going to break long before this plastic hinge and these 2 screws and back plates come off. But be careful too at the same time. You don't over tighten any of this stuff, because all you're going to do is just squish the styrofoam and wreck the part. So sometimes if you're not overly gentle with the... See, that's not very tight at all. That's tight enough. Yeah, that works good. Okay, so these ends I'll trim off. Okay, so there, got them trimmed off. I get my control horn in there. Now, I don't know if that servo is zeroed, so guess what we're gonna do? We bring down the little trusty Turnigy servo tester, stick some power to it, and that's entered. See, it's got 3 different uses, this thing. You go like this, and it shows you the complete movement of the servo. I can go like this, and I can control it. Or the other one, no matter what you do to the dial, it's centered. So, that's the one I want. Okay. So, we'll put this back away. So I know my servo is centered now. Now that I know it's centered, this has the smallest little screw, right? And it's a metal gear servo. So what we're going to recommend is using Loctite. I can't seem to find my small enough screwdriver. Here we go with a tiny screwdriver. And let me tell you, that's a tiny screw. Anyways, I got this centered blue. Yeah, it's just in case I have to take it off. I'll use blue instead of red. But always, 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 if it was a plastic gear servo, you don't have to put Loctite on the screws. This is a metal gear servo. So you have to Loctite the screws in. Especially if you don't want any trouble down the road. This is a little screw in this one. So by putting the Loctite on it there, now I know my servo horn will stay on. So get my Sharpie out here. There's a dark blue one. I got a soft blue one. Okay, that's what I have to do. I can't find a dark blue one. Where are you?